If you're following an intermittent fasting lifestyle, combining walking with your fasting periods is just as powerful. In a fasted state, your growth hormones are already spiking upward. Your testosterone or your body chemicals, right? Your biology, everything is enhanced. You're so in tune with your gut microbiome, mind, body, right? Gut, spirit. It's a very holistic approach to living well. And I think also building a healthier relationship with food. Taking a break from eating, you gotta give your body a rest from digestion. Think about all the work your body is constantly doing, right? Breaking down food. And if you're constantly feeding it, if you're constantly eating, even the good stuff, right? The healthy stuff, when are you actually giving it rest? When does it digest? Right? Ask yourself that question. If you don't have a healthy relationship with food, I would start slowly cutting out or cutting down your eating windows, meaning that try to fit in all your meals in a smaller window, a smaller pocket of time. I now have dialed down to 2 meals a day. Really, if I was to be honest, I could finish all of that in one serving. And it's not because of anything special or magic. It kind of is, but I realize the value of how my body works and how your body should be working if everything, assuming you are reasonably healthy, and I don't want to offend anyone, but assuming that you're not having any out of the ordinary health problems, if it's in your control to turn back the clock, then what better way to start with adhering to a lifestyle that complements it, right? Enhance it. And enhance it meaning naturally enhance your growth hormones, testosterone, all of the good stuff. And as I got older, one of the things I realized is not how heavy you lift, because my body composition is not a whole lot different than when I was in my 20s, late 20s, 30s, late 30s, and I was lifting heavier. So I look puffy. I just look big. All that weight on me. I think I got up to 190 pounds. I had a big ass, not big, but reasonably a bloated stomach. I was never really fat, but I had the distended stomach, right? That came with a lot of binge eating and a lot of dirty bulking, thinking in my head that I was actually doing my body good, but I just never felt good. I had a lot of size, but that size was really no good for me. If you're wondering how much I weigh, I'm about 155. I fluctuate between 155, 160. You can visit my Instagram page. I need to be doing other videos that actually where I'm showing a full gym workout, and you will see that. If you're going to pick one activity that's within your control, choose walking. I would choose walking every single time. Hold yourself to at least 7, 8, 9, 10,000 steps. You put in the time, the work, the repetition, the walking. You burnt the calories. Have a watch, right? If you can afford it, track it. Even your mobile device has steps tracking mechanisms there that actually can track your steps. Instead of figuring out how many times you're going to eat in the day, focus on what type of meal or meals you will consume to break that fast. And I would say break it with, when I started fasting, I incorporated breaking my fast with fruits. So it can be watermelon, it can be an apple, blueberries. Pick your flavor. This is a video for another time, but I've almost fiended off a lot of the fructose, sugar. I've really minimized it down to maybe some blueberries and 1 or 2 protein bars, if that, which has some level of sugar, but nothing close to what I used to consume. So these are just some highlights, high-level points on how I use walking to, one, show up for myself, to win the day, win the night. It's a major win. And then, most importantly, what my relationship with food is like. When you walk fasted, when you take these walks and you go for your long hikes fasted, you don't think about food. You actually prolong that, because all the chemicals reacting in your body help push and prolong the fast longer. Test this out, okay? Test this out. If you're sitting around working, that's great. You're being productive. But if you're not moving and if you're not utilizing your body, it tends to want to eat more. And what you'll find is the more you walk, and the frequent breaks you take, if you walk frequently during the day, not only can you extend your fast, but you don't have the appetite to eat as much, is what I'm saying, because those chemicals kick in and your biology starts really working for you. And the magic two words are fat burn. When you're fasting, you're burning a lot of body fat. The longer you're fasting, I've done 24, 36-hour fasts. And so the longer you fast, the more fat you're burning. And in between, your fasting windows should contain water, sparkling water, maybe a little bit of lemon water, pinch of salt. These are little tricks to just kind of keep your system just engaged for those that feel like you're about to break. It's a mental game. And as you get better at fasting and increasing your fasting windows, you will stop looking at the clock. You cannot treat this like, oh yeah, 16 hours is up. That's great. Now I can eat. I think when you get to 16, you're going to want to push it a little bit more to 18, to 20. And then stop thinking about the fact that, 4 hours to get in all your nutrients is a good amount of time. Like, you don't need a space of 8-10 hours to eat. That's a waste of time. It's a combination of walking and fasting windows. I say 16-8 is a really good start. They say 16 hours is right about the mark where you start noticing and feeling a change within. And then when you can push to 16 hours, it's 24 hours in a day. 8 hours is eating. And you honestly don't need 8 hours to eat all your nutrients. Mainly around protein and fats, and then I would say carbs. Carbs is a non-essential nutrient, really. Don't really need a whole lot of carbs. If you focus around protein, you're going to stay fuller. My 2 big meals consist of a lot of protein, some fats in the form of avocado, maybe some olive oil. Just a little high on the fats, definitely high on the protein, and just kind of feel it out on what carbs may feel like, depending on my weight training and how much, my body needed the glycogen. But really, I'm experiencing a lot of effective workouts with just fats and protein built into my system intake. That's it. And folks, this is advanced. It's not really advanced, but it's a mindset is advanced. Anyone can do this. It's not rocket science. Anyone can do this. And I say advanced is because it takes years and years and years. If you're like me, I've had a roller coaster ride with this diet, and I finally have it down to almost perfection, but not really. But it's enough to be where I'm in the best shape of my life. Alright? So you know how we do this. Until the next one, bye-bye out.